Kilalanin natin ng official new and improved complete lineup ng Tnt Tropang 5G para sa PBA 50th All-Filipino Cup. Point guards, Rain ng Batak, comeback player, 5'11", 180 pounds, 31 years old, 12.2 points, 3.3 rebounds, 3.7 assists, 1 steal, 22% 3-point shooter, 80% free throw shooter in his PBA 49th Philippine Cup averages. Brian Heruela, 5'10", 195 pounds, 36 years old, 1.3 points, 2.5 rebounds, 1.4 assists, 0.7 steals, 18% 3-point shooter, 50% free throw shooter in his PBA 49th Philippine Cup averages. Simon Enciso, 5'11", 185 pounds, 34 years old, 7.5 points, 1.8 rebounds, 2.5 assists, 0.6 steals, 36% 3-point shooter, 64% free throw shooter in his PBA 49th Philippine Cup averages. Jason Castro, injured list, but may come back this PBA 50th season, 5'10", 185 pounds, 38 years old, 10.6 points, 2.8 rebounds, 3.6 assists, 1.3 steals, 53% 3-point shooter, 80% free throw shooter in his PBA 49th Commissioner's Cup averages. Shooting guards, Jordan Heading, rising star, 6'2", 189 pounds, 29 years old, 13.4 points, 3.9 rebounds, 3.8 assists, 0.8 steals, 35% 3-point shooter, 85% free throw shooter in his PBA 49th Philippine Cup averages. Kim Orin, 6'1", 190 pounds, 28 years old, 4.3 points, 1.8 rebounds, 1 assist, 25% 3-point shooter, 71% free throw shooter in his PBA 49th Philippine Cup averages. RR Pugoy, team captain, star player, 6'2", 180 pounds, 33 years old, 16.4 points, 3.1 rebounds, 2.1 assists, 0.6 steals, 34% 3-point shooter, 72% free throw shooter in his PBA 49th Philippine Cup averages. Tnt Tropang, new player via PBA 36th draft pick, 6'1", 189 pounds, 25 years old, 2 points, 3.4 rebounds, 2.1 assists, 0.5 steals, 11% 3-point shooter, 80% free throw shooter in his ongoing 2025 MPBL season averages. Small forwards, Calvin Aftana, star player, 6'5", 186 pounds, 29 years old, 17.6 points, 6.8 rebounds, 2.6 assists, 0.9 steals, 40% 3-point shooter, 81% free throw shooter in his PBA 49th Philippine Cup averages. Mike Nieto, 6'2", 200 pounds, 28 years old, 2.3 points, 2.3 rebounds, 0.1 steal, 14% 3-point shooter, 100% free throw shooter in his PBA 49th Philippine Cup averages. Paul Varilla, 6'3", 185 pounds, 32 years old, 0.5 points, 2 rebounds, 0.4 assists, 50% 3-point shooter, 9.6 minutes per game in his PBA 49th Philippine Cup averages. Daniel Celso, new player via PBA 46th draft pick, 6'4", 194 pounds, 25 years old, 1.5 points, 2 rebounds, 0.3 steals, 75 field goal percentage, 10.5 minutes per game in his 2025 Asia Basket season averages. Power forwards, Glenn Cobontin, 6'4", 192 pounds, 34 years old, 7.1 points, 4.4 rebounds, 1.4 assists, 32% 3-point shooter, 65% free throw shooter in his PBA 49th Philippine Cup averages. Kelly Williams, veteran star, 6'6", 215 pounds, 43 years old, 8.8 points, 6.3 rebounds, 1.8 assists, 0.6 steals, 36% 3-point shooter, 73% free throw shooter in his PBA 49th Philippine Cup averages. Kevin Ferrer, new player via free agent signing, 6'5", 200 pounds, 32 years old, 10.3 points, 2.4 rebounds, 1.3 assists, 1 steal, 30% 3-point shooter, 73% free throw shooter in his PBA 49th Philippine Cup averages. Centers, Brandon Ganuelas Rosser, rising star, 6'6", 220 pounds, 31 years old, 10.6 points, 5.6 rebounds, 1.1 assist, 1.9 blocks, 36% 3-point shooter, 59% free throw shooter in his PBA 49th Philippine Cup averages. Henry Galinato, 6'6", 245 pounds, 28 years old, 3.1 points, 2.5 rebounds, 0.7 assists, 60 field goal percentage, 44% free throw shooter in his PBA 49th Philippine Cup averages. Barkley Ibonya, 6'6", 194 pounds, 28 years old, 1.1 points, 1.6 rebounds, 0.7 assists, 33 field goal percentage, 40% free throw shooter in his PBA 49th Philippine Cup averages. Ito ang official new and improved complete lineup ng TNT Tropang 5G para sa PBA 50th All-Filipino Cup. Sa tingin nyo mga kababos, kaya-kayang makipagsabayan ng TNT sa bago nilang lineup ngayong PBA All-Filipino Cup kahit madami silang injured players? I-comment nyo na po yan sa baba.